Hi everyone, it's Casey from TorontoRelationships.com, and I'm here today with...
I'm Carolyn Dickinson. I'm an international success coach, and I love what I do. I get an opportunity to support individuals to create the success they're looking for in their business.
Fabulous. And so today we're talking about the crossroads to clarity. What does that mean?
It's really simple. It sounds simple anyways, but often it's a little bit challenging because there's two aspects to creating clarity in anything that you do, whether it's your business or your life or anything that you want. And the first part of it is understanding what you want. So if you're asking it yourself, it's what do I want? And the second part of that is how does that make me feel? Because I think often when we ask the question, whether someone's asking you, what do you want or what do I want? We think it's the $1 million or that sexy lover we're looking for. And those are all great things, but those are the details. The importance of really understanding what you want is how is it going to make you feel when you have it? Mm-hmm. So maybe you want that house, the bigger house with the backyard and the patio, and that's your desire, but you don't have it yet. But the reality is that to have it, you need to know what it feels like to have it. And I know that sounds kind of weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, like what does it mean to say that you have to feel it? Because if I don't have it, I don't know how to feel it. How do I even get to that place?
So how would it make you feel? If you had that bigger house, if you were able to have that comfort and freedom to invite all your family and friends over, to have a party, to host feasts, to sit on your patio with a glass of wine watching the sunset. If you can picture that in your head and feel what that would feel like to have it, when you can have that feeling is when the clarity comes.
So, okay, this sounds amazing, but how did you figure this out? How did you discover that?
Oh my gosh, how many courses and coaching that I've taken to get here. Definitely not by myself. Okay. Which is a big mistake people make. We often think we can do it all on our own. And most of the most successful people in the world, Anthony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, they all had support, have coaches, have mentors, have people guiding them. Because no one person knows everything. And our strive is to become the best we can be as individuals, whatever that looks like for you. And there's nothing right or wrong about what you want to do. It's just knowing what you want to do and getting the help that you need to get there.
So this is different from what people normally talk about, which is the secret, right? Where you will something into existence. You're talking about actually feeling it into existence. What's the difference, in your opinion, between those two things?
You know what? They're very similar. I think it's a different wording. It's important to think about it, to manifest it, but not just to manifest it. Manifesting it also means feeling it. That's the part I think sometimes people miss. Because I can say I want a lot of things, but if I don't live into it, if I don't allow myself to imagine what that would be like to have and how it would change my life, because having that bigger home allows me more room to invite more family members. That feels good to me to be able to have that opportunity to share that with people, to share that space, because I'm a very family-oriented person. I love to entertain. I love to have parties. To have the space in which to do that would just excite me. So maybe it's that $1 million. Well, what would you do with that $1 million? Why would that change your life and the people around you? What could you do? Could you invest it and make more? Could you help charities? How would that feel to you? Could you help your family? Is it your mom and dad you want to be able to support because you don't want them to work anymore? How would that feel to be able to do that? The universe is literally waiting for that click where you say, I'm ready to receive. And when you start to have that clarity, you'll be so interesting, but you'll start to feel calm. That angst of not knowing or of not being able to get there or afraid it's not possible, or all the other things that emotions you might be feeling. When you create the clarity, it's amazing because the angst starts to go away and a calm feeling, almost it's like, I can feel it. It's going to happen. It's a possibility.
So can you give me an example of what that click almost seems like for somebody that you've worked with or maybe for yourself?
I have a lot of examples. Let me give you one really quickly. There was a period of time in my life where I had been dating some really successful men, all financially well-to-do, handsome, good-looking, lovely, fun, and they were living the lives I thought I wanted, right? And they all ended. I broke off, canceled dates, I didn't want it. And I realized that at one point I thought, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I'm going to have my own kids. Forget this. I'm done with men. It's over. And I remembered something one of my coaches had said to me, if you write it down, you will have it. So I took the time to sit down and actually write, what do I want? But not what do I want? What do I want in a relationship? What do I want that to feel like? You know, that I wanted to be loved, respected. I wanted to feel safe. And many, many other things. And I realized it wasn't even the characteristics of the gentleman that I was dating at the time. So it was a very big difference. Now, one of the things I talk about too is everything you want is already there for you. It already exists. So as soon as I wrote this out, and this is the funny part about all of it, and the kind of quirky part, but I wrote out what I wanted in a relationship. And a couple months later, I started dating my friend's brother. He was there the whole time. I had just never felt him that way. I had never imagined that was even a possibility to be dating this person, nor did I ever see him that way because I wasn't clear on what I wanted.
So when you became clear and were able to feel what you wanted, you got what you wanted.
It showed up. It appeared because it was already there.
Right.
I just wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready to receive it because I wasn't clear on exactly what I wanted. As soon as that click happened and the universe goes, that's what she wants, it was like, here he is.
So how does that go back to the crossroads of clarity? How does that link? How is that part of the process?
Anytime you can create clarity on anything you want, whether it's in business, relationships, friendships, for yourself, even just coming clear about who you are, everything changes for you. So that question, what do I want, is really the crossroads that everybody ends up. And it's one of the, as much as it sounds like a really easy question, it's one of the most difficult questions. It's the question that Anthony Robbins created his entire life around. It's the question that Oprah Winfrey struggled with. I mean, all of these people have had coaches and counselors or support systems around them to create their success. But it doesn't matter who you are, how successful you are. It's often the most difficult question to answer.
You know what? Now that I think about it, you're right. For me, even when I started to follow my path, it was like I didn't know what I wanted. I was just doing stuff, and what people said was right. Be a lawyer, be this, and I wasn't actually listening to myself to figure out what I would even want. I couldn't fathom what I wanted, and now that I'm finally doing that, things are starting to change. So you said that was the first step, but how do I get to the second step? What is that?
Well, the second part of it is starting to journal. Write down what it is you want. And do a little bit every day. See, people think I gotta do it in one day and sit down for 8 hours and get it all done. It's a process. And as you change, what you want will change too. So there's one way to do it. You can journal 20 minutes every day. Write out what I want. What does that feel like? Maybe you don't like to write. It's not my favorite thing to do, but you can also put on music, something preferably without lyrics, and go for a walk. Because one of the things Anthony Robbins and many other trainers out there, successful trainers and entrepreneurs do, is they'll body movement. So that walk also creates a new perspective, because now physical movement, and now you're thinking about what I want, you'd be surprised some of the amazing answers you'll come up with. Another way to do that, one other way, is you could scrapbook, right? Or you could turn it into a vision board. At the end of the day, the most important thing is that you're doing something every single day and you're doing it consistently. And you'll be amazed how things will show up in your life and things will shift. And it's no different from going to the gym. It's like exercising a muscle. It takes time and it takes practice. And the first little while it really hurts because it's uncomfortable. It's not something you've done on a regular basis, or maybe it's not something you've done before in this manner.
Right.
So once the exercise goes and you keep going and the muscle gets stronger, the same too will happen whether you choose to journal, listen to music, or scrapbook, or create a vision board. But the goal is to do a little bit every single day and consistently. And listen, you know what? Again, there's no harm in asking for help, or hiring a coach, or working with someone to help you get there. I have 2 coaches, and I thank God for them every day, because it's a support system that has made my business, my life, and everything possible.
So what you said about the crossroads, the clarity, is that you need to be able to feel what you're trying to manifest, and the second thing is that you need to practice being in touch with that feeling every day through journaling or writing and of that nature. What is your approach to coaching? Because every coach has got to be unique. What makes you unique as a coach, and what do you offer that changes lives? Because I know that you have a powerful energy about you.
I don't think there's any one way to do it, coaching. I have a lot of experiences and I have a lot of education and a lot of knowledge. But my approach is really to find out, what does that person need? I don't have all the answers, but I'm a really great at asking questions, the right questions to pull out the information. Listen, every person I meet is perfect just the way they are. I'm not here to change them. They have chosen because they want to make a change in their life. So it's my job to support them in getting where they want to go. Not where I want to go, where they want to go. And so my job is to ask as many questions and to pull out the amazingness that's already there and help it bring it to the surface and guide them in getting where they want to go in business and in life. I am a business coach, but the reality for me is that life is a part of that, and you can't ignore it if you want to be successful with your clients.
Definitely. Okay, so where can we find you if we want to work with you, and what can we expect?
Well, you can find me at www.carolyndickinson.com, or you can email me at success@carolyndickinson.com. And what I offer everyone is a 30-minute complimentary discovery session so you can understand a little bit on how I work. And also, you know what? We want to make sure we're a match. We want to make sure that you want to work with me and that I want to work with you, and that we're the right team. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you having the success you're looking for and helping you get there and create it. So that discovery session is complimentary. If you contact me, I can send you the link where you can sign up for that. And we'll start the process to see where you need to go.
I love talking to you so much that I want to get one quote from your heart that really just is all about what you say to people, the advice that you give. One quote from you, from your heart.
Anything is possible, just decide.
Anything is possible, just decide. I love that. Again, guys, I'm Casey from Toronto Relationships, and I'm here with Carolyn Dickinson. She's so beautiful, so powerful, and I've worked with her. She's amazing. So you know where to find her. Thank you for watching. Bye.